Good evening, bitches and gentlemen. We have another week of recaps here for the Delta Alumni Fantasy Football League. We'll jump into it with a game between Dare and Dylan. So these fellas had a shootout. Dare, 125.08. Not bad. But he did start two Titans players against the Chiefs, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. You can't bet against the Chiefs and lose. It's just a bad look as a manager. Just terrible management. I'm sorry. But yeah, Dylan came out with the win. 133.16 points. Very solid performance. Came back on Monday night with Pittman. Got him the win. He's a father. I don't know if he knows much about coming on the back, a comeback, but secured the win. So, moving on.
Whoa!
All right, next matchup. It is Travis versus Carter, a.k.a. the Transaction Bowl. These dudes all over the waiver wire, just snatching boys up, dropping them. Just so many. Obviously, Travis, the reigning transaction man last year. I think he's going for the repeat. But he went with the 116.4 points this week. Wasn't quite enough. And honestly, the way people have been scoring this year, it's just not going to cut it. You need to hop back on those waivers, see if you can find some gems, all right? Now let's look at Carter. 122.84. Not a bad score, secured the win. But I'm very tired of Carter trying to say his team sucks. He does it every year, tries to convince you his team is terrible. He's sitting in third. Let me tell you, brother, your team doesn't suck. Stop trying to tell me it sucks and then beating my ass, okay? I'm sick of it. Moving on. All right, next up is Josh and Heim. And we've got the blowout game of the week. We got Heim with 60.44 points. Just disgusting. Let me break down this name for you. Alaskan Snow Dragons. I'll ask you again, what the hell are you doing? There's no way you're not doing the challenge if you keep dragging ass. All right, moving on to Josh. Excellent week for Josh. 141.12. Baker got the win. Fantasy team got the win. That's a good week for him. But what the hell were you doing starting the Jets D? Risky move. Minus 11 points did not pay off. Moving on. Looking at Billy versus Kip. Now, Kip's at 101.24. Not gonna cut it. But, he's Chiefs loyal. Got 3 on his starting lineup. It's not working, but I'll respect it. But you're still a challenge contender, so. And, Billy. 121.04. I don't know what to say. I just don't like this guy. Just don't like him. But he's on top of the league for now. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just hate this guy. Next game. we've got Nick versus Coulter. Another blowout this week. Coulter, 48.64. It's not gonna do it. He did have some key players on bye, but sub 50, I don't think that would have helped that much. You get Justin Herbie fully loaded back next week. Let's see if he can turn it around for you, but oof. And looking at Nick, 123.9. Not a bad score, but Nick usually loses with this kind of score. Just has no fantasy luck whatsoever. I know how he feels, but looks like his luck is trending up. So see what happens. See what happens next week for both these guys. Both 3 and 4. Fighting. We've got Chris versus Gunner. All right. Gunner's team, 114.78. Probably one of his better weeks, but not gonna cut it against Gus Bus, I'll tell you what. Sitting at 1 and 6. This man's been training for the challenge, and I think that's a wise choice. Looking at Chris, 125.04. Just a pretty average week for him. He's got, it's 5 and 2, sitting in second place. Probably doesn't care about that as long as his team's ahead of Carter's, but we could see a worst to first scenario here, and that is a 30 for 30 I would not watch. Next game. All right, we got matchup of the week. Team Bush versus Hayden. Great battle, but it's still bullshit. Still bullshit. Within 1 point of each other. Preview of the rivalry week. Came down to the last series of the Monday night game. But Team Bush, 126.56. Would have beat most teams this week in the league, but fantasy gods continue week after week to railroad me. It's unbelievable. I hate fantasy football this year. What? I don't get it. Hayden's team, 127.12. He's trending up. Beginning of the year, I was like, this guy, he's doing the challenge, no doubt. But, through some lucrative trading, mainly with Gunner. What the hell were you thinking? His team is making a run. He's 3 and 4. He's moving on up. I could see him in the playoffs. But still fuck him and fuck DK Metcalf too. So that'll do it for week 7. We got another exciting week of fantasy football ahead of us. So get your shit together, boys. I'll see ya.